Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Y'all enjoying the snow and the winter? So, some nods and some not so sureness. Anyway, I'm Sarah and this is Doug. We're going to start you off with a couple of songs. I invite you to stand if you'd like. If that's not comfortable, that's fine too.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God, can say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. I will be, I will be, I will be.
Beautiful. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. I want to welcome everyone, anyone who's here for the first time. Welcome to all those on Zoom and all those who will be watching us later on YouTube. We are so grateful for the technology that keeps us all together at this time. We also have a bag with some information in it. If this is your first time, I hope you get one of those. They're on the back table. There's also a gift certificate to the bookstore in there, and you can fill out a little form to let us know how you found us. And after the last 2 Sundays, I decided it's time again to do that gentle reminder to put your cell phones on vibrate or off, because I've heard them a couple times now. So just a reminder that we want to have silence from the phones. We are looking toward a wonderful new year full of events coming up in the next 3 months. This Thursday, Lori McComber is starting to teach the introductory class to Buddhism. She did say you need to be there for the first class because each class builds on the next one. So if you want to take any of them, you got to start this Thursday. And the sign-up sheet is in the social hall there. And then next Sunday is our potluck. So I don't want to hear anybody say, I didn't know we had a potluck. Next Sunday is our potluck, our town hall, and our board meeting to follow the town hall. And you're welcome to stay for the board meeting if you'd like, or you can run off after the town hall, whichever you prefer. And we have Lisa Giuliano speaking next Sunday, so it's going to be a wonderful Sunday. Yeah. And then in February, we have Brian Lotman, who will be leading a Sunday celebration, followed by Awakening Higher States of Consciousness meditation. And Celia will be bringing her music and a message on a Sunday, along with a sound healing experience after the service. And then at the end of March, Armand and Angeline will be back with a Saturday night concert that they're calling the Magical Musical Comedy Concert. They said they've written new music. It's going to be lots of fun. And then they'll do the Sunday service the next day as well. At this time, please welcome our platform assistant, Judy Hunt.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's nice to see you all today. We at the Center for Spiritual Living believe in the power of prayer, and we use it all the time, and we recommend it as part of your journey. So part of that is that we have places on the back of your chair where you can sign up for any prayer support you'd like us to give you. And we work with you on that for 2 weeks. We have a wonderful group of people that meet on Zoom from all 4, now 5, because we're including Center Unity of El Paso. So 5 different New Thought centers focusing on what you want to see happen in the world. So it's a really wonderful opportunity. And we also have gratitude forms for you to fill out because we want to know when God is moving in your life and you're getting those results and even better than you asked for. So please stay tuned with us. We love to do the prayer work. You know it is true that it feeds the prayer as much as it feeds the prayee. Anyway, and after service, Bob and I are available and Beth, excuse me, 3 of us are here to give a quick prayer for whatever is, maybe you're carrying something today that why don't you let go of it and let us help. So please feel free. And now it is time for song, silence, and prayer.
I am born from the strength of love. I am born from the strength of love. All that I am today, all that I bring today, I know that it's enough. Oh, I am born from the strength of love. I am breathing the strength of love. I am breathing the strength of love. Now in this holy air, every thought is a prayer. May we be lifted up. Oh, I am born from the strength of love. I am blessing the strength of love. I am blessing the strength of love. I bring bring it forth today, sending it on its way out to the hills above. Oh, I am blessing, blessing the strength of love, breathing the strength of love, born from the strength of love.
Please join me in prayer. Thank you, Spirit. Gratitude is flowing for that strength of God that is flowing in us right now. We sit, we know we are in the right place. We are hearing all the right stuff. We are certainly with the right people. So let us really roll in that today. Let us know the perfection of this hour and this moment that we are blessed with. And so it is. Our reading today is from the Science of Mind magazine this month, and I'm so grateful it's back to arriving on time. It matters to me. This is about wanting in unity with God. It starts with a quote from Ernest Holmes. In mind, there is no time, no space, no place. There is only wholeness, oneness, and eternity. We all have bad days. Some of us can even name bad years and times when a way out of our pain proved difficult. In these times, it seems like no matter what we do or how hard we try, our circumstances don't change. This place of despair is part of our human experience. It is often in the midst of this pain and feeling stuck that our spiritual journey begins. Julian of Norwich, also known as Juliana, was an English mystic in the Middle Ages who the church eventually silenced. It must have been good. In her book, Revelations of Divine Love, she coined the term wanting, by which she meant oneness, union, and unity with God. Wanting means you and God are not separate. There is no you, no it, there is only one. The purpose of spiritual life is to recognize your oneness. My own quest for oneness is an ongoing journey. I constantly analyze my true beliefs and examine my struggles under a microscope. Where is the separation? Where do my beliefs not match what I have been taught about truth? The more I realize and embody this truth of oneness, the more empowered I feel. I let go of effort and force more easily. I allow my higher power to work through me. In this way, I set down my bad experiences and pull myself out of the depths of despair. And the affirmation is, I see, know, and feel my oneness with all. And so it is.
This song is called Everything New. It's by Daniel Namod. And we've done this song a couple of times. I think it's a good January song, as is the other one we'll do. I've noticed each time that I work on this song, the more meaningful it is to me. the dedication to getting out of fear-based thinking as quickly as possible is getting stronger and stronger. So that, to me, is kind of the biggest everything new I'm working on. So anyway, hope you enjoy this. So bring it on. Let's try that again. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I've finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Thank you.
Everything new. You ready for it, y'all? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, this morning we get to welcome back to the platform one of our favorites and longtime people that's been part of this community, Peggy Shinn. She is a practitioner of the religious science, a licensed practitioner in religious science, and her license is being held at Lake Chapala Center for Spiritual Living since 2017. The center is located in Ajijic, Jalisco, Mexico. And when in residence there, she helps manage the center, teaches classes in both Spanish and English. She serves the team leader of the organizers team for the Convention of the Americas. She's a bilingual science of mind. Oh, that is a bilingual. She's a whole conference there. It is the bilingual science of mind conference. Having been there myself, it's a beautiful place, a wonderful conference if you ever get to go. It's in partnership with the CSL International School of Spanish Leadership and has been held there in Chapala since 2014. So we're always happy when Peggy comes home to Las Cruces. Please welcome her back to our platform.
Well, good morning, and thank you for the warm welcome, Reverend Bonnie. Reverend Bonnie was not here when I spoke the middle of December a month ago, and I almost feel from listening to Judy's reading and the song here, Everything New, that there hasn't been that month between when I last spoke, because it's like the same theme, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I don't know if I've ever told this group, in terms recently probably, that I don't request music typically, and I don't dictate to the platform assistant what's going to be said in the reading or what they choose. I leave it all up to God, and including what I'm going to say. I have to watch the video or listen to the talk to know what I actually said. When somebody says, "What did you talk about?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Go watch the video, and you'll maybe find out." And I will too. And I did watch the video, and this last week, and I've been reminded this morning: don't leave the microphone, Peggy. Don't walk away. Don't step back. Don't step sideways. So I'm going to try to discipline myself a little bit to stay put here, and or else undo the mic. He said I could undo the mic, but I think I'd make a mess out of that, probably trying to do that. So anyway, I am going to pick up where I left off in mid-December, where I was here talking to you all a little bit about the changes that are upcoming and the possibilities that are there for us and the opportunities that are there for us. And there's a theme this month that has to do, I guess it's the full year, right, Bonnie, that's rising higher, and I forgot what it is in English now. I don't even know if I remember it in Spanish, but going deeper, right. So I want to talk to you today about deep attention. So, attention. Whenever I hear that word said like that, it always reminds me of like the loudspeaker in the school, attention, or the, this will date me, but attention, came our choppers, But it always does give me the pause that I need to stop whatever it is I was doing or thinking and being distracted by, and pay attention at least to that brief announcement, whatever it might have been. Well, this year, I kind of choose a word for every year or a phrase for every year. I don't do resolutions. Although I did speak at Wellspring last week, and I talked to them about resolving to evolve, because I think adaptation is going to be a big word for us this year and this next 4 years and this next life. Everything new. It's all going to be different at some level, and that means we're all going to be different. The same man never steps into the same river twice, right? The river's different, the man's different, and the time is different. And even though Judy's talking to us about Ernest's comment there that there's no time, space, or place in spirit, we're kind of here with the human part of it too, and have to come up with how we're going to relate to time, space, and place on a daily basis, pretty much. So my word this year is attention, because God got my attention to remind me that after I was here talking with you guys in mid-December, this is when it came to me, that probably the most important thing for me, and maybe most of you all as well, in the next bit of time here, as things shift and move and change and quit and start and whatever, that it's about what I choose to pay attention to. And I was talking when I was here before about, what we take a stand for, and how we stand for something and against nothing, and what a tall order that actually is going to be, probably for me. I speak for me. Don't know about you guys, but it looks like a tall order to me right now. And my word in 2023 had been availability, because I thought the best ability that I had to offer the universe that year was my availability. But the attention idea this year, because probably many of you in the room who have been students of science of mind for a while, and metaphysics in general, for however long you've been into that, there's an understanding, and the Nobel Laureate Prize once was awarded to someone who proved this to us, that what you focus on expands. So, or energy flows where your attention goes. You may have heard that phrase as well. And so this is partly why I decided that the attention would be what I'd try to get myself honed in on, what I want to stand for, how much I want to put attention to that, and ignore putting attention to what I don't want. Because, golly gee whiz, that's going to expand too if I focus on it, right? And I don't want no more of that, even though it's everything new, right? But last time I was here, I read to you from a book by Jean Houston called Jump Time. And in that book, she talks about all of the things that are going to be changing. And the book was written 20 years ago, but it could have been yesterday. And I've decided that I'm going to throw in there with my use of the references to jump time, that for us it's going to be leap of faith time. And this old idea of breakdown and then break up and then break through that she talked about in what I read to you is going to require that leap of faith, and how we work with what we have, where we are, each of us in any given moment. It's going to be the alert, the jump, the oh my God, what happened? Or, oh, I didn't hear about that. This kind of thing. I have a feeling, and this is what's going to be in my world at any rate. So I'm starting where I told you all last time I was here, with me, because it's the only thing I have right here, right now to work with, and in any given moment. And I'd submit it's the same for each of you as well. We don't know otherwise what resources we may have available to us to take the time to put on the attention where we stand, what we want to see happen, what we choose to see in the world. The things that Judy talked about in her reading are perfectly in line with what I want to talk to you about today, which is it's all about me and it's not about me. It's all about you and it's not about you. And yet that impersonal versus the personal aspect of it is where the work needs to be done. And what she's reading to us about questioning our beliefs and recognizing where things may have caused the bad day or the bad year or what have you, nothing changes till we change. And so that's where I always go back to, the idea of what it takes to get myself at a place of peace. So I start with creating the demilitarized zone in the 6 inches between my ears. I talked to you about that in December, right? And part of that comes from elevating my own consciousness. So I invite you to consider what you want to take a stand for, what you want to elevate your own consciousness towards, and be against nothing else but focused on that. It's like the Emmett Fox, the golden key. You turn away from everything else and you look to God. And what I talked to you about last time, and I want to talk to you about again, it's about I'm taking a stand for love, for joy, for peace, for what we sang in the song at the end when I spoke last time. And you can watch the video. It's out there on the YouTube channel But my response in any given moment comes from my consciousness. I don't know if any of you are fans of Wayne Dyer, but I remember in the first years of my learning of these kinds of concepts that I was a big fan of Wayne Dyer. And I remember his saying in one of his, I guess it was cassette tapes back then, that what do you get when you squeeze an orange? You get orange juice because that's what's inside. And what you get when you squeeze a human being is what's inside of them. What their consciousness comes out. So when we're in pressure moments, when we're in times that we feel despair, I think was the word in Judy's reading today. If you reach those kinds of levels, or the anger or upset, what comes out is in that moment where you are in your consciousness, because there's no time to think about it. So I have I made a reference last time to my scouting career in learning the Dona Nomis Pacem song, but I'll make a reference again to my scouting career, my Girl Scouting career, and the Boy Scouts too, that the motto is about being prepared. And for my way of thinking, I changed that around to being prepared is being prepared. So we stay prayed up. We keep our consciousness at the highest level we can hold ourselves to in any given moment. Then whatever is coming at us, whatever we feel is throwing us a little bit off, or, oh my gosh, it's all new, it's all different, it's all this, that consciousness level that we've held ourselves in that prayer and meditation and doing the practices, the daily practices, the hourly practices that we might need to be called upon to invoke in our lives, is where I believe it's really going to be at. So, and that is the ability to look beyond, as was mentioned really indirectly in your reading today, Judy. We look beyond the conditions and the appearances for the spiritual truth that Juliana of Norwich had, the oneness. There's only one of us in this room. And, I don't know what comes after oneness, two-ness? No. There's just oneness, right? So it's I like that oneing. I'm gonna adopt that word from your reading about Juliana of Norwich. And so being prepared is still about clearing the mind. And this is where Judy's and the song was all so perfect for what I want to mention to you, is about holding myself accountable for what I'm in my own way about. The belief system is what we come back to every time. I don't know, every Sunday a minister somebody has to get up here and talk to you about the same thing in some different way. But it really is about change your thinking to change your life, to change your belief system. And it's that BS, what I call my BS, that I have to hold myself to and understand that maybe there is a new way to believe something. Maybe there is something to question here. And maybe there's a bunch of stuff stuck in my subconscious that I'm not even aware of. And how do I get to it? And how do I bring it forward? Or where do I bring, Ernest Holmes said that we don't need willpower. In the Science Mind text, he said this, we don't need willpower. What we really need is to understand what it takes to bring the subconscious to the conscious level, the unconscious to the conscious level. Because at the conscious level is where we can actually maybe think about it, work on it, do something about it, take action. Move this way. Okay, say thanks. Thank you, Bonnie. And I need help, see? I need help all the time. So this requires my full and undivided attention, right? As to the microphone as well. My full and undivided attention, because there's for me, it's a matter of attainment. It's attaining, then it's maintaining in order to sustain that level of consciousness, that attention to the main thing being the main thing, right? That frequency of love and above is where I want my main thing to be. So that availability that I talked about was my 23 word and the 24 word for attention. I wanted to share with you something that I've mentioned in the talks I've given here, and as well as at Wellspring while I've been home, as Bonnie says, that I'm going back to my old stuff, the things that I read years ago that are my fundamental go-to elements to my science of mind understanding and my metaphysical understanding. And this is a book by Reverend Deborah Johnson called Letters from the Infinite, The Sacred Yes. She channeled these. And I just happened to have, like this book sitting out because I'd pulled a bunch of books out the last time I was here. And they're still sitting around by my bed. And I thought, I'm going to open this book and see what she has to say about attention. So I opened it, and there on the page, there was about attention, right? That's the way it works. And what she does is tie availability and attention together. So I wanted to share a little bit of this with you because I think it says better than I can what I really want to talk about. But this, she says, with one's attention is at the heart of the matter. And in availability, there must be accessibility. In addition to accessibility, there must be the fullness of attention. In addition to the fullness of attention, there must be the fullness of intention. Understand how these three things work, accessibility, attention, and intention, and how they relate to each other in availability. In order to be available, you really do need all three, is what she says. Well, now I learned from a gal named Janet Atwood, some of you may have heard of her from years past, that the way to peace, one of the paths to peace is intention, attention to no tension. And I try to remind myself about that too when I call myself to task about what am I putting my attention on. Because the intention has to be there for the attention to be properly directed, I think. So she goes on to say in another page or two over here in the book about how giving your attention to things makes them multiply. What we focus on expands. Giving your attention to things provides the space for their manifestation. So things manifest not because you like them or you don't like them, and not because you want them or don't want them in your experience. They manifest because you have given them so much attention. So reverse engineer that, right? Watch the tendency to give your attention to things, however, that you don't want to experience, because so much of your attention goes to your fears, your worries, or concerns. You become not available for our relationship, meaning our relationship to God. This is the Spirit channeling through her. And understand that the power of giving your attention and how the converse is also true makes things manifest the way you are preferring it. You're not giving attention to something that deserves it also can be just as detrimental. And when there are areas of healing in your life that need your attention desperately, when you're in despair, as Judy read to us, these areas of your life that need attention, are you refusing to look at them? Are you refusing to acknowledge, let alone allow yourself to be healed? Your avoidance of them creates the blocks and the barriers. It's important that you give your life your attention. And this is where the notion of intention becomes critical. For what purpose are you examining your life? Is it for finding fault with yourself or with others? What exactly is it about your life that has your attention now? When your intent is to be all that you can be spiritually, then you take on the deepest intention to be transformed. So are we intending for that transformation to take us to where everything is new and different again? And sometimes I like to talk to you a little bit about the science of mind. These fears and worries that are talked about in the reading that I just read are all running around in that part of our brain that keeps us distracted. By pulling our attention, I'll go this way from the mic. By pulling our attention away from the mic, then we are distracted and caught up in the whole cocktail that our body creates of the cortisol and the adrenaline and all of that stuff that gives us the flight or fright syndrome. And that's why the intention, attention, being the primary thing, produces the no tension. That and a lot of other things like breath work and many other things. And I know for me that the challenge for this year is going to be partly my curbing my enthusiasm. I guess I maybe should say it that way. Curbing my enthusiasm for the variety and wanting to know this and wanting to do that and wanting to experiment with that. And that all can become a distraction from the focus on the attention of my inner work and my inner self, my inner belief system that is my BS that's getting in my way. Because the way we learn in Science of Mind teachings in the classes how we understand whether we think our life is working the way we want it to or not is just look at the results on a daily basis. Am I happy? Am I living the way I want to live? Do I have the focus of my attention where I want it to be? Or am I manifesting all this other crap because I'm not thinking right? And that gets back to that belief system again of how do we change it? Where do we go? So we offer a lot here in classwork, in workshops. Lisa Juliana's doing a workshop this afternoon on how to get to know yourself better and where your strengths and weaknesses are. And I'm sure she'd be happy to take your $20 if you want to come, even though it's the third version, the third week of the class. But it's all about whatever helps us to get to the understanding that we're here to reveal, feel, deal, heal. Or another way that I say it, when we do the work of all this questioning, that partly what Judy's talking about in the reading today too, of questioning ourselves, of inquiry, the self-inquiry that we sometimes want to hide from, where our thoughts are being produced at a level we're not even aware of sometimes. I want to give you this little quote from Gandhi that maybe you could contemplate and think about, where he says, your beliefs become your thoughts. Then your thoughts become your words. And your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. And your values are your destiny. So if you reverse engineer that, we're going to get back through the values, back through the habits, back through the actions, back through the words, back through the thoughts to the beliefs. And so the whole chain reaction, according to Gandhi, starts at the belief level. And we have a tendency, I mean, I do, I don't know about the rest of you, but I kind of have this tendency to I believe everything I think. I think I'm right, I think I have it all figured out. Everything I believe, I think it's right, it's got to be true. Well, it isn't. It isn't, or I'd be living a different life. Things would be different and new. But Horatio in Shakespeare's Hamlet tells him, your philosophy isn't the only thing out there. And this helps keep me a little bit, sobered. I don't want to be blinded by my own light, right? And fail to recognize that there's a whole lot more out there than just what I think I know. And I'm getting to be the age where it's easier to think I know than it was before, because there's not a whole lot of it left to say, what am I going to learn? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Whatever. But we have a lot of tools here to offer you, and lots of other things to help us get in touch with those subconscious beliefs that are actually setting up the thought process that is then creating the emotional frequency and the vibrational frequency that we're operating out of. And we're learning more and more and more how science proves up all of these things that the ancient Hindus have been telling us, for eons, that it's about vibration, it's about frequency, it's about where you see and feel yourself in your body at the human level. That's what we've got to help us out. The body's the alert system. The body's the way to show us and tell us what's really going on. So we have visualization, imagination, tapping, classes, methods of journaling, gratitude, attitude of gratitude. We've got a lot of things here that are talked about. In addition, we have therapists that do aromatherapy or somatic therapy, sound therapy, all these things that will help us to bring our nervous system out of that fight and flight and freeze mode into a place of the theta wave, the frequency of the theta wave that allows us to have that no tension, to have that peace. And sometimes we don't have to go back and revisit all the, crappy childhood stuff or whatever that we formed these belief systems during. Sometimes it just autonomously shows up when we've allowed ourselves to have that kind of of theta wave treatment and the breath work, all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know which of these methods will work for you, but I know that the only one that will work is the one you use. I know that from my own experience. When I don't stick with my practices, well, golly darn, it doesn't work, doesn't help, you know. So when we're going to release all these beliefs and so forth, and everything's going to be new, I'm hoping that we will choose for the new to fill that void, as in, you know, nature abhors a vacuum kind of thing, something worthy of our attention, to put our attention on what's radical forgiveness, compassion, love, understanding. You know, we have Ho'oponopono, we have inner child work, we have all sorts of things that you can go to parts therapy. There's a lot of information out there. And on the internet now, you could just lose yourself with a lot of distraction and not enough attention. You have to keep that in mind too, to review this part of your life and where you want to take a stand to go from here, identifying what you want to put your attention on in your life that's working for you and you want it to work better, or that is improving something that doesn't feel quite right, that's not working right. And about this, you know, being blinded by my own light, I like this quote that says, this from Mark Twain, that it ain't what you don't know that's going to hurt you or get you in trouble. It's what you think you know for sure that just ain't so. So there's just a whole lot more available for us in this next era. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be different. It's going to be new. And for those of us who get caught in the resistance rather than the resonance with it, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be happy, joyous, and free. So I want us to continue to look at the possibilities. The uncertainty provides us, the only certainty is that possibilities are unlimited. So decide today what you think might be for you in any of this that I've talked to you about. And remember that the intention and the attention is what produces the no tension. So let's all get on to the oneness level as much as we can about how our attention expands into the manifestation and the positive of what our idea of a world that works for everyone might be, that we are rising and deepening all at the same time. Thank you.
A lot to think about. Very good. Thank you, Peggy. Let's thank her one more time. Thank you. So let's just take a moment to move our intention and attention inward. And just allow yourself to take a moment to let whatever resonates from her words settle with you. Where do you want to keep your attention as we move into this new year? Where is your energy flowing? What is your intention? And what do you stand for? And so above and beyond all of it, and in and through us, is that love, the one mind, the greater truth than anything we think we know. And we open our hearts and minds to that, to its inner guidance, to allow us to sit in the intention of attention to what is true for us. What is our highest and best that we can bring forward at this time into the world? And so we're grateful for the reminders that come through people like Peggy and other people who speak here, through the classes, through the book studies, the workshops, all that have ways of helping us remember that higher truth and keep our attention where we have intended to keep it. And so I know that as we move forward in this day and beyond, that we are in a greater space of openness to that oneness that is that higher truth. And we allow that to be our guiding light. And so it is. Thank you to the practitioners and those that were holding space for us. Thank you.
You want to introduce this?
Okay. This is a song that's been on my heart for many years. I love singing it. It reminds me of this moment. It's always a moment to walk away from the things that we just heard Peggy talking about, letting those obstructions go and getting into that presence of spirit in this moment now.
Okay, I walk away. Eddie Watkins Jr.
Every morning, the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. Every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace another day to be. I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Things that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. And now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away.
If you didn't hear Peggy, she said, walk away and bring it on. Perfect. As usual, it all flows. It's just perfect. Thank you so much. And now is that time when we do our part to give back to the center, and then the center does its part to give back to our community. So 10% of everything that comes through here this month is going to La Casa Incorporated, whose mission it is to support everyone affected by domestic violence, and their vision is a just and safe community free from violence and abuse. I think we can all agree to that vision and how that would make this world a much better place and one we want to be a part of. So I'm grateful. So anything that comes through the center, 10% will go to support La Casa Incorporated. So let's sing, or first say our blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And we'll sing, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And it just crossed my mind what a blessing it is that we can actually pass the plate again and trust that we will be okay. Thank you, God. Thank you for the healing that's being revealed at all times as we continue to move forward in our lives. And we know that this blessing that comes into this center helps us to bless so many more. And in gratitude, we just release and allow it to flow. And so it is. Thank you. What are we singing out with?
Go out and shine.
Go out and shine. So if you'd like to stand, this is our closing song. Thank you.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Whoa. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine the light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one head, one heart. One change to make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on, go out and shine the light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine the light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Have a wonderful week, everybody, and shine your light.